what's up guys, it's your boy Cap Cheese Puff coming at you with part 3 of our Dividend and Pair campaign, playing as Antigonus or Macedon, if you prefer the, I guess the English term, because this is all Latin, I believe. That's what the mod does. See the names, chalk spites, which is pikemen. Anyway, besides that, where we left off last time, we're getting ready to take over some of the Thracian province over here. They have about probably 9,000 men, which a lot of them are tribal warriors, so they're not the best, but they can still outflank us with those overwhelming numbers, so we have to watch out for that. While we, on the other hand, have about, what is that, like a little over 8,000, so the odds are pretty close, or we're not outnumbered by a lot, and our military is a lot more professional, I should say, besides these swordsmen. We do have some mercenary Thracian warriors, which are pretty good. Let's take a look at their stats real quick. They have a pretty nasty charge bonus, and we actually might keep these guys depending on how they perform in these upcoming battles, because they, they're not bad. That's a pretty nasty melee attack added on with that charge bonus and that nice AP damage. So they pretty much, and they have a nice bonus versus elephants, which we won't be fighting elephants for a while, not until we move down east towards Syria and all that. So I'm not sure, I might get rid of them. I'm not 100% sure. They are quite pricey, and they're not really meant to be a main battle line unit, because they are quite susceptible to arrow fire and sling stones and javelins. But we'll see how they perform. They might be good against the Romans when we turn our eye to them late game, once we kind of solidify our claim to Alexander's old empire, or a lot of it. Not sure if I want to, not sure how far east I want to go. I think I do want to take Egypt and go through Egypt and take Carthage. Kind of have a massive empire, sort of like Alexander's. I'm not really too worried about these guys. They do have javelin each, so that's a lot of missiles coming at us. Especially these pikemen, they won't really be able to stand up to that for very long. So let's just go ahead and group up our men here and get our skirmishers going. Gonna go ahead and set our pikes up. Might set them up on this little hill here. I think I just remembered. Every time we attack, they always seem to want to take this hill. So that's what we're gonna do. I guess we're just gonna have to push on the hill. We'll have to use these woods as a little bit of a protection, barrier for our pikes. So goes both ways too. We won't be getting a lot of hits with our slingers either, but hopefully our focused fire will kind of negate that. So we're pretty close to redlining, so I'm not gonna worry about my cav here. These Agrianis are put all of our light infantry over here, just to sorta stack that. So I guess while our men are kind of just sitting here chilling, the enemy won't come down anytime soon because they're defending. So we're gonna have to attack that hill. We will probably take a good amount of casualties from, hopefully from our levies.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
I really don't want to lose our a lot of these hoplites, like these Macedonian hoplites. These come from our Palatine class. They're pretty decent. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there, so I muted my mic. Yeah, they're decent. Not not as good as their Spartiate counterparts down south in southern Greece. So after the rest of these men kind of pull through, I'm gonna pause the game and group them up into their own little formation. And just waiting for cavalry to come in. I think that's about it. So we're gonna have this general and his hoplites on number 6. Put them in guard mode. I'll put these guys in 6 gear because they are the same class in there. So 8 hoplites, pretty sturdy. Not really gonna be hopes aren't really too high for these guys. They do okay if they're fighting head on. So I have these levy units here. These guys, put them in guard mode to 7. These guys will be 8. These Thracian mercenaries will be number 9. And this cav will be 0 or 10. So I'm going to quickly rush up our hoplites and our very light skirmishers here. I will send the Sarissa cav up just to kind of see what's going on, as well as my Thracians. I'll rush them up there. Infantry will kind of just hang back. I'll run them up too. Doesn't really matter if they're tired. They're not going to do too much damage anyway. I feel like I'm forgetting another unit here. All these guys are moving. These guys moving. So I think that's everyone moving actually. So we'll wait for them to get there. I'm actually going to fast forward it so we can get this quicker. I'll actually just cut the video until we're getting close to engage the enemy. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. So we're just scouting out the terrain here, and it seems that the secondary army is still making their way uphill. Our secondary army is making their way up there now. I placed the... Oh shoot. I placed our I'm not going to engage that. I placed our hoplites in the second line with our levy swordsmen up front to take up any volleys of arrows if need be. So I might try to go for a downhill charge on these guys. Hopefully they don't brace. They're quite light. They are bracing, so I'm going to pull back. Just kind of trying to keep them planted here until the rest of the army can push up. So I'm actually going to start doing that at the moment. Just pushing up our pikes and our slingers. We're going to move up our light infantry too to kind of support the flank until our Thracians can do so. The cavalry will just kind of just sit in the back. I don't really know what to do with them yet. Once, oh shit. Sorry. I was too busy talking and I got a little bit distracted. We're going to take a pretty bad end of the engagement up there, so I'm just going to get out of there. So I'm going to hold the cav back until, seems like they're coming down, until our main battle lines are engaged with the enemy. And then at that point their rears will be exposed. They'll all be too busy fighting my men. I'll be outflanking them with our leftover infantry once our hoplites get into the midst of it. So just wait on that. Our men are actually almost up the hill. I'll continue fast forwarding. Our heavier hoplites are having a bit of a hard time climbing up this long, steep hill. Some of our men are making it up quickly. It's okay, they'll get there when they get there. So I'm actually going to send up these swords try to cut them off with these 3 remaining units. I don't know where my painter went. I can't really show you what I'm planning on doing. I don't have the markers there. Anyway, it's okay. I'll just kind of use my mouse to explain. So these men will just kind of sandwich in, get rid of a unit, one less 300 man unit to take care of. They are spear units, so they will probably hold for a while, but they won't. Their low morale will definitely be hurting them in just a moment because they will be outflanked on the fronts. I'm not going to even bother charging my cab into them. They are still spears. Even if their rears are exposed, we will still take a few casualties because they do have expert charge defense. Archers are just kind of... Don't want them using up their ammo on this cheap levy unit. It's not really worth it. There's plenty of other things to use. So it seems like our swordsmen are going to have to be holding the line for a little bit. It seems like the enemy is starting to come off their hilltop. Guess they sensed that this flank wasn't properly set up yet, so that's okay. Go ahead and get our light infantry and our Thracians ready for combat. We're going to start slinging the... move up our pikes along with our slingers. We're gonna hold the fire on these guys. Kind of charge these spearmen. We're gonna go ahead and let these guys get away. Don't really have the time to be... Thracians are just completely devastating the enemy on the charge. Very nice, very impressed with their combat ability so far. Go ahead and move up our light hoplites along with our light infantry here. Just kind of get a little bit of side shots here. Go ahead and wait for our... Looks like our men are taking quite a bit of casualties here. Our hoplites finally made it up the hill, so we're going to go ahead and pop them in their phalanx formation and move up our remaining 2 units. We're going to wheel about our cav here. And, we're going to slowly start marching our hoplites, kind of reinforce these archers here. Yeah, we're losing a lot of men here, not good at all. So we're going to go ahead and get our light infantry to toss their volleys into. still firing upon them. Our pikes are probably going to start taking a few casualties pretty soon. I'm trying to see what to do. Our Thracians are... They're starting to take a little bit of damage now. They're not good in prolonged melee. So... But they are going to have to kind of hold it for now. We'll try to send our general and his elite contingent of men. We're going to start throwing in our javelins. Try to get a little bit of kills, help out our Thracian warriors here. Watch these guys just drop that low armor. There we go. Comes the world of hurt right there. Just one volley from our units. Next one should be even more devastating than before. Our Thracians here are performing quite well, although they're fighting 2 units, 500 men to 3, a little over 2-to-1 odds right there. But their increased skill and discipline should win them this battle. So we're going to go ahead and charge in these light hoplites and protect our light infantry. I'm actually going to move these Agrianis over here and start focusing fire elsewhere. We're kind of getting overwhelmed in this section, so hopefully our cavalry can kind of get in there and get some work done. So this cavalry get a side charge on this. Seems like we're losing a lot of our levy swords, which is, you know, it's okay. Go ahead and start pushing up our hoplites because our line is starting to crack under the pressure. So, let's do that. Decimate these guys really quick. They are kind of putting a hurt on my pikes. A lot of these pikemen are dying, which is not very good at all. So actually, instead of throwing the Thracian militia, we are taking lots of damage here, which is not ideal in our situation currently with our population. These guys are getting a lot of kills, which is quite helpful, clearing up these Thracian warriors that we hired. So once our hoplites get into position, we start engaging. So looks like the sword unit is cleared up here, so we're gonna go ahead and push them, get them ready for another flanking attack. Get you out of there. General needs to get out of there as well. He's been in combat for a little bit too long. That's why our pikes are charging out. Yeah, we're starting to take...
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Try to pull out these pikes. Devastating so far on both ends. Can't really see a victor here, but we're going to start hammering and anviling these barbarians here. Hoplites are going to box around on this flank, prevent them from escaping. These Agrianis are going to be cutting our levies down pretty quickly, so we will need to act. Our light hoplites are starting to... We are starting to get a little outflanked here. Our pikes aren't really designed to fight on terrain like this, uphill terrain. We prefer open field. Our Agrionis are doing quite well in melee. Would have liked to gotten their volleys off before, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. I'm going to start pushing in on the flanks here. Where's our general at? What's he doing? He is leading. Last battle he took off a little bit. He didn't really, as I said before, he was kind of letting his younger general take the reins on this battle. But this time, since it is such a crucial battle,
This is a shameful display.
he decided to take control, and he seems to be doing a good job. This cavalry up the hill is just going to continue hammering and drilling the enemy. Check out this nasty charge here. Oh, they're spearing it. Ooh, ouch. Didn't know that. Thought that was a sword unit, but that's okay. Didn't really. Oh, we charged into these guys anyway, so they didn't get their bonus. Their charge defense bonus on us. I don't think they have it anyway, which is okay. We're gonna charge downhill and actually try to clear up these
Our men flee
our
the
men
field
here.
of battle.
We are taking some
This
hits.
is a shameful display.
Pull these guys out. General is coming in for a devastating downhill charge on these Levy-style Thracians. Already over 200 kills, and he's not stopping. He's continuing. Go ahead and get this Sarissa cab downhill. We can't really afford to have them just standing idly.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Good archers going here as well. Our pikes are, they did okay. They did take a lot of casualties, however, which is not good for our blitz. We're supposed to be blitzing the enemy. Try to withdraw our general out of here. Okay, they're gonna escape, which is okay with me. I don't really care. We're gonna start closing in with the remaining of our pikes. We did take a couple hundred casualties in total, which, you know, it's not bad, I guess.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Some back shots. Our hoplites are doing quite well, especially because they're sandwiching in the enemy, closing in on them. I'm actually going to give another attack order here. Our general here is going to pop a rally off. He is fighting quite valiantly, leading his men, encouraging his men to push forward, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing an excellent job. We're actually going to continue to route down the rest of the enemy. We don't really want them getting off. So we're going to disengage our hoplites out of the phalanx and just kind of catch who we can. Men aren't very fast anyway, but hopefully our superior and more numerous cavalry. I don't think they had any cavalry, honestly, to be honest. No, they didn't. Our hoplites here from our secondary army did quite excellent. I'm very happy with how they performed. We took some minor casualties, but that should be replenished in a few turns. Taking this, he should be replenished in a few turns. He did quite excellent. almost 400 kills before the rout has happened. So I'm not really seeing a whole lot of remaining routing men, but we're just gonna get our slingers in there too. Get them some hand-to-hand experience there.
The enemy general is
Okay, we killed the enemy general, which is awesome. He won't be able to raise another army. Unless they have a backup general. Past this general quite well. The Marminos, he did quite well. He did lose about 22 men out of this unit because he was a little depleted when this battle started to begin with. I'm just going to go ahead and let the rest of these guys get off, I think. Not really. You have a lot of men retreating. I don't like the thought of them getting away because those are just more men that we would have to fight in the future. Our light Greek infantry actually did, pretty decent here. Let me look at what we do have. They did quite well. Flanking attacks are what these guys are for, and like I said, dying is what they do too. So we lost almost 2,000 men here. The Thracians have lost 6,700, so they have a couple thousand men remaining, but they are battered, as are we. In some departments of our army, our light infantry took quite a beating, and so did our couple units of our pikes. Just one, really. These 4 pikes are good for battle. Our cav did quite well. Very happy with the amount of carnage that they inflicted on the enemy. Light infantry did very excellent. Our Peltast and our Agrianians did quite well. Very happy with that. As did our slingers. Our slingers did quite well too. Just focusing fire on their light infantry does kill them a lot over time. So I think we're just gonna occupy this settlement. I don't want to loot it. As I said last episode, I'm trying to blitz and I can't really afford to hang around waiting for public order to settle down. So I'm just gonna... So that entire army's dead. So these guys are pretty much wiped out. It's 2 units. It's 2 units really. So we're gonna give these guys a few turns to replenish. I'm going to dismantle that and put a silver mine in here, or lead mine, whichever it allows. And I think we're going to... Can I recruit those guys now? I think I have to hit the Thrace reforms before I can recruit those white shields, because they're actually quite... They're a little bit better than 8-7. Yeah, these guys are a lot better, and they also have javelins too, so when we can, we're definitely going to get these guys into our army, because I think they come from our foreigner class, which is very good. Which, 40,000 foreigners, yeah, that's a lot. So I don't think anyone has any upgrades here. Nothing needs to be upgraded. So with that being said, let's replenish, and I will come back when we're getting ready to attack Pulpadeva. So I think I'm going to get some diplomatic treaties with the RDA and the not really interested in the Dowers. See, I'm just trying to get some just kind of a border here. Because they do, and I'm kind of worried, they did send an army. They are trespassing on our land here. So if they don't leave, we'll have to take action. We cannot have people just walking willy-nilly on our land. Even though Thrace conquer land, it's still our land under Macedonian rule. So, that being said, going and
Greetings to you.
establish
I
some.
trust you come with honorable words that I
See,
can
they don't
hear
want
kindly.
non-aggression, which is kind of worrisome, but they will trade. See how much they'll offer.
We could lend sword and spear to your cause. My belly rumbles for food, or the gods prepare a storm. On your head be it.
Let's see how much they'll give. Just ask for 600, which is seems like they're willing to give that. So they are good with relations with us now. Is Carthage and Rome at war yet? It seems that they're not. Speaking of Rome, Rome actually just now took Thrace, so they do own all of Italy. So they will start pushing down into Sicily, and the first Punic War will begin, and Rome most of the time wins every time. Carthage usually just their military isn't as good. They're hoplite based, and eventually the Romans think around the same time we get our first set of reforms, they get their Principes and Hastati, which are, you know, infantry sword units. So they'll do especially good work against hoplites. I guess the non-Greek Carthaginian hoplites. So we're gonna just wait and replenish our men a little bit here. I think we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Whoa, boy. Get rid of these Thracians. Probably gonna move down south, get a little bit of proper punishment here. Kick these guys in the fortification stance, get a little bit more going in there. I think I might just start merging units, kind of speed up the replenishment process here. 1, 2, 3, and I think that should be good. 4 swords unit, yeah, should be fine. They'll be replaced soon anyway. See if we can. I'm not worried about the cab unit. Don't want any of those. That should be good. Getting rid of those mercenaries really did improve our upkeep. See, these guys aren't gonna replenish at all, are they? I do need to keep them here though because of the situation with the multiple armies hanging around. Let's see if I can get a dignitary up here. Okay, not one that will give us any cultural buff, but I think that's kind of just passive. I think they can get an ability that adds to it. Let's see if we can recruit a champion. Not yet. We are focusing on our economy right now, so we can have more elite armies, I should say. These 4 hoplites, I'm not worried. The garrison is starting to kind of creep its way back up. I think I might add a... What do you think? 1,100 extra men should be able to hold off an attack unless the army is just completely massive. And at that point, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it there. There's no point. Let's check our public order down here and here. Looking good so far. So we're gonna go ahead and end the turn. So the Bosporan Kingdom is trying to get some negotiation with us, so I will be willing to give him a non-aggression, and hopefully once we have had some good treaty history with them, they'll end up offering us a trade, or we can offer them a trade. I think we have, yeah, we have some good resources here, some luxury resources like olives and wine. We just got lead. I do want to eventually take the coast here, get that copper so we can upgrade our troops' armor. And once we conquer Thrace, we'll get the slave resource too, so we can make a lot of money off of that, I believe, off of the building that you can purchase. So just gonna hire bodyguards. Can't trust the word of every person. These guys are very blatantly just waiting for us to leave.
My wits and words.
So we're gonna go ahead and get our dignitaries going, actually, so we don't forget. Where's our spy at? So we're gonna keep pushing, see who we can find. Looks like they're starting to go into Scythia, which is nice. Bosphor. Oh, we already have trade with them. Oh, okay, never mind. So they do like us.
Welcome. In a spirit of Olympian hospitality,
And they're reliable too, so I don't really have to worry about them stabbing us in the back, really. Hopefully not, anyway. Let's see here. These guys don't like us. These guys don't like us. The Thracians do. Hopefully the Thracians won't attack. Because once Antigonus is ready to move into Pulpadeva, we will, and from there we can kind of split the army. One goes into Edessos and the other will go into Anthea. I'm not sure how this secondary army will perform. They have a pretty good hoplite corps right here, but lots of levy troops, so that's the thing. And not a lot of missile troops either. So we will be at it will be a tough fight. We'll lose a lot of troops, but they are just levies. Well, this sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second. These large amount of troops. Yep, that's what we'll go with here. So, that being said, these guys are pretty much done in quite soon. I think it's because it's getting close to winter. We are having a little bit of replenishment issues. I think when this guy gets an upgrade, I will give him replenishment buffs so he can kind of keep up with Antigonus. Because, see, he's replenishing quite quickly. Such a useful skill if you're trying to quickly conquer. Looks like we're running out of money a little bit. We should get some replenishing up soon. Let's see if Carthage will give us trade before.
My ears are all yours.
Rome.
Fill them with your wise words. Trade between our
give us
people
that. Well, they
would
give
be
us
most
8.
profitable.
Don't want
The
non-aggression
people
with
of
you, to be
Carthage
honest. I
are
don't
true
want
friends
Rome to
and
be
loyal.
mad when we go to war. There we go, 7,000. Pretty
It
well.
is done.
Not bad at all.
I shall
So
sacrifice
Pella,
of the
I'm going
praise
to
yet
go
born.
ahead and, because I do want to start getting rid of these fish markets. They do cause public order, while these, on the other hand, I believe they give you food. They do cause public order. Okay. Which is fine. We'll have other buildings here. Where did I say I was gonna be last episode? Was I gonna go for that's a lot of food. 17 food, or was I gonna go for for the money here? Because this is a trading port, and we will make money from commerce. I think I'm gonna go for food for now. Although we do have a surplus, I want to keep it that way so we can keep getting that extra growth for our cities here. We do want our population to come back up quite soon. Athens is starting to get a lot of politides in there, which is great, so our second class is starting to get some growth here. Let's check Apollonia. Lots of politides here as well. Quite well, quite good, quite good. So we're gonna go ahead and end the turn here, and I'll come back if either when we are starting to siege Pulpadeva, or if these two tribes decide to make a move on our freshly conquered city of Nassios. So we waited about 6 turns to replenish our army. We just decided to winter our armies here, and the Daorsi actually declared war on us. And they're sending 2 armies this way. So we will have to divert our attention from. Let me see if I can raise an army here. I really can't. I might just have to station this army here. It's a shame though, because I did kind of need these guys to come along. I mean, I suppose I could send my governor from the city up here temporarily. Get him kind of. Yeah, I guess we will just get 4 hoplites and get some get one of these guys. These guys are actually quite well. They do really well. That is all of our money, unfortunately. So that might have to be it for this army, because these hoplites are going to cost us about close to 1,000. And sorry, my cat is in my lap and she is walking on my keyboard. Anyway, let's check, see if we have anyone to upgrade. We don't. And we're just gonna have to push these guys back into the town. We might
We hunger for battle.
It's a shame.
Ready for orders.
We were ready. So
Ready for battle.
it's okay though.
Set up the watch. At your command.
Probably gonna set these guys into a fortification stance actually right outside of town. Have this weaker army in here. And while we do that, all we do is really wait, and they will attack hopefully soon, so we can continue our conquest on Pulpadeva. And once we defeat their 2 armies, maybe we can force them into a client state or whatever. So with that said, let's go ahead and end the turn. So they decided not to attack. They just kind of decided to sit in the woods. Here's their army. I mean, it's just lots of tribesmen. They don't have a ton of skirmishers. They have 0 cavalry at all. So we're just gonna take the fight to them, because our plans need to continue going on their way. RDA unfortunately is already besieging Pulpadeva, so we are going to have to hopefully they fail the siege. Hopefully the Thracians who own that city will send an army to relieve it. But when I was just looking, they were just raiding Anthea. They weren't worried about their city. It was only a 4 stack. So I think they might have lost their main army and their king. So hopefully they'll wisen up a bit and come save their only settlement, because they will not survive as people if it's gone. And I'm not liberating it. I'm taking it for my own. But right now I need to take it for, defend it. So hopefully that can get sorted out. We are going to try to just completely demolish this army and quickly push. Unfortunately, very wooded area here. Our big open plain over here though, but our pikemen, see, our men are coming in from over here, so we will close in on two sides. Go ahead. I can't set up my pikes that far. So let's go ahead and group up our men right now.
Orders, ready and waiting. Light ready.
Go ahead and take them off of that and put those guys on guard mode here. Our pikes are, I'm going to place them right here with our skirmishers close behind. You know, our standard battle formation, you know, nothing new, nothing crazy here. We're going to go ahead and have these light hoplites on the flank this time so we can actually, so we don't have a repeat of last time where they closed in around on our pikes and that unit got pretty battered. So we don't want that. So let's go ahead and I'm probably just going to have our cav. I don't know where the reinforcements for the enemy are coming from, so I'm going to have our leader on this hill with his more heavily armed cav. I don't have these Sarissas hanging out in the woods. We're just gonna wait, see where the reinforcements come from, and adjust accordingly. Let's see if our general has a speech.
Glory as we go over the walls. Plunder aplenty beyond. And why?
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
So, are we ready?
So these guys are actually coming from behind us, so we will move our pikes here quite quickly in an orderly manner. So I'm going to put these guys in the woods here, as with these guys. Can't really see too well due to the foliage here, but nothing we can really do about that. Go ahead and move this Sarissa Cav here along with our general and our leader Antigonus. We're going to move him on this more open walkway here, I should say, and we're going to wait for the rest of this army. Oh boy, so it seems like they're actually sallying out here, so we're going to actually pull our pikes, kind of jack, so we can take from two angles here. It's not good at all. So, boy, this is gonna be a tough fight. That's two full stacks. Well, against our two full stacks, but our two full stacks are across the map, which is not very good at all, and they're levying troops. We're just gonna have to kind of bite the bullet here and kind of just take it. We're just gonna have to kind of suck it up, and hopefully we can hold off long enough until the so-called cavalry arrives. But so we're just gonna try to make a little bit of a box here, try to defend our flanks here, put our Sarissa Cav in the woods over here so we can kind of see what's going on. Our pikes are quite concerned with this situation right now. Seems like they're sending out their light infantry, which is perfectly fine with me. I'll send a cav unit into the woods here to kind of maybe hopefully try to decimate that really quickly. Let's go ahead and pause here. I'm just going to group up this army really quick. So that will be part of number 6. These guys will be part of number 7. I think that's all. And number 8. Yeah, because yeah, I believe that's all of it. So we're gonna quickly rush up our sword units. We won't put them too far. Put them right outside the zone of control of these towers here. While we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and slowly march our hoplites. And they're gonna be running, but they're still not gonna be very quick. You know, these hoplites moving in formation. They're gonna try their best to stick to it. Moving the cabin in the woods here. I think that's pretty much all. These archers, I'll move them up too. I'll walk them though so they don't get caught out in the open. Seems like they are trying to get ready to. Yeah, they're starting to swarm out. Guess they realized that they had their backup, so they are feeling a little confident. So we're gonna wait for these guys to come out a little bit more, and then we'll spring the trap upon them. Looks like these, there's some clubmen as well. This cab is hidden, I think. It's not hidden, even though we're in some forest. I suppose I don't understand. They should be hiding in the woods. Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna kind of pull these guys back then. Wait for an opportunity later. I don't want to get them caught off guard by these other Illyrians coming in. So we're just gonna slowly wait for them to start coming out. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward it while we wait for our primary army and our secondary army to get into position here. They're slowly making their way over. Hoplites are, of course, the slowest. Heavily armored though, so I completely understand why. So it seems like these guys are. They're probably trying to form one huge battle line, maybe try to envelop our flanks, but Antigonus has a sort of a plan to kind of counteract that. Depending on where this secondary army approaches, we can kind of V our men, V this line here, and maybe try to outflank them a little bit. But it seems like these guys are moving into the woods with the other armies, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Don't want to make any crucial decisions yet until we get a lay of the situation, see what's going on here. Our men are eagerly waiting to engage the enemy. The pike lines are down. Just waiting on one more. So it seems like jeez, they are really they're trying to develop. So we're gonna go ahead and pause here. We're gonna do that. Try to match that formation here. It's gonna be quite difficult. Pikes are quite blocky. That number there. Probably should shift some of these men on that flank as well, so we don't get caught off. Okay, that's pretty much all we can do. I'm actually gonna try to rush my cav out here. They won't do any good behind our lines. They need to be behind enemy lines so they can perform to their top potential. So I'm gonna have that fast forward. I don't see the secondary army yet. Actually, you see one unit here. I suppose they're trying to group up with the enemy. Unfortunately, this army just doesn't move quick enough. Not at all, honestly. They are trying to outflank us quite badly there, though. So we're gonna go ahead and try to adjust. Go ahead and have these guys on fire at will in case I missed the opportunity.
Our general is under attack.
We'll take a couple volleys up from these Illyrian spearmen, which is okay. Hopefully they're just hitting not a lot of their shots, hopefully. Hopefully our men are okay. A couple of bloody men in the unit, but they should be okay. Just losing a little bit of HP. Not really concerned about that at all. We're gonna try to get these guys, get them a little. So the light infantry is currently close to making their way up, and hopefully they can alleviate some pressure off of Antigonus's battle-hardened force. The young general, I don't remember his name, young general, Macedon, is proving himself quite well recently. That's why he's given a little bit more responsibility. His army has grown. Antigonus is starting to realize that he is a crucial part of this campaign. We did get a pretty nasty charge on these sword units, although it was frontal charge, which is perfectly okay. Not really too concerned about that. These guys are actually there, and these hoplites are going to be close behind, and we'll shift them out once. Let's check out this charge here. It's gonna completely just throw them. Nasty, devastating charge there. 20 on the charge, and just quickly finishing off any men that have been knocked over. So, we're actually going to shift this battle line a little bit to match these Illyrian footmen. They are quite a little intimidating. We're going to go ahead and actually use this opportunity of the enemy being separated to
Our hidden units have been discovered.
hopefully we can get a charge in. Don't really want these slingers or these javelin getting a lot of casualties inflicted on our men. I don't need that, honestly. These men seem to be pretty separated right now, so I'm going to try to get a charge in on them while they're kind of discombobulated, not really formed up properly. These slingers are getting completely just clapped right now here. I'm going to go ahead and disengage and charge into another unit. These slingers do need to get working on the enemy here. We cannot really afford our pikes to be taking unnecessary casualties at the moment. Antigonus made a good judgment call on charging these hoplites while they were so separated. He's going to go ahead and pull out now, though. So, doesn't take a lot of losses. Macedon is going to move up his cavalry. Oh. So they just want to expose their flank to me, which is perfectly okay with me. I don't mind that. I don't know why they would do that, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. My cat is standing in front of my computer screen, so I'm going to put you on the floor, Vidica. Have a lot of men coming in here, so our pikes will be a little overwhelmed here on the flanks. We're going to go ahead and flip around these peltas to get a little bit of a side volley going in on them. These hoplites are still a little out of formation, so we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep on pushing in, charging in on these light infantry. Completely getting demolished right there on the charge. We're gonna start throwing some javelins here. We're gonna get a little bit closer though, so our men are a bit more accurate. This Thessalian cavalry is pushing in, about to get a nasty, devastating charge on these missile units. They are out of formation, which makes it even better on us. So we're gonna start pushing up our swords even more. We don't want Antigonus getting, we don't want him getting outflanked really. We need to quickly rush up. Our secondary army will be quite tired, however, but you know, you have to make sacrifices. Go ahead and pull Antigonus out. Fire from towers there, which is okay. We're gonna start throwing our javelins into this big blob, and once these guys are out of ammo, we're gonna go ahead and throw them into combat. Our pikemen are holding the line. They're doing pretty good. They are taking a lot of missile fire from these javelins, as are our Thrace cavalry, so we're gonna try to pull them out. A very dangerous situation there. We don't want our light cav
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Trying to antagonize this general here. If we can kill them, hopefully a lot of the army will lose heart and rout. We're going to start pushing over Thrace cav, get a little bit of assistance going in there for Antigonus. He does need all the help he can get, honestly. The men are holding firm, but they will lose. We are losing some of our cavalry. Just overwhelming amounts of men here. So we'll go ahead and pivot around our pikes and our freshly out of ammo javelin men here, who are pretty good in combat. They have a nice defense, nice attack, and center pike line is just back to these guys. Maybe we can get them to come and get some side shots in. That would be pretty cool. Try to get a little side charge going here. These guys are a little active, but that's okay. They need to keep taking lots of fire there. We cannot afford to lose many of
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
our cavalry here.
Spearmen ready for orders.
Get our Agrianis to throw their volleys into the side of these men. We're actually going to try to, be a little bit more tactical here and move to the side. Don't want them to walk, we want them to run. Hopefully our Agrianis can intercept in time. And there we go. Nasty charge. Got a couple kills because the enemy was braced. But they will get chopped down over time. Which is very well. Very good. We are taking some unnecessary arrow fire from that tower here, so we don't do that. Antigonus is just inspecting the battlefield from over the hill. Don't know how he's doing that, but he is. He's going in, trying to inspire the men. The men are wondering where he's at, so he's going to show himself courageously attacking the enemy on his own with his now 176 bodyguard. He's very tactical. Very warlike general here who's going to charge into these light infantry. Hopefully get a nasty charge here. Oh. Completely devastating there. While he's kind of getting the remnants of that charge off on them, we're just going to kind of check around the battlefield. Our light axemen are struggling quite a bit. So we're taking some friendly fire. Keep pushing. So we're gonna pull out our general. He's been in melee combat for a little bit too long. We don't need that. We don't need him dying. Considering he has no male heirs yet, so he needs to be a little bit careful. We're going to push up the rest of the army finally, and our hoplites will slowly follow suit behind until time comes. So we're going to go ahead and get this cavalry unit out of here. We don't need it. Pikes are holding firm. They are getting hundreds of kills between themselves. Our light infantry is unfortunately going to have to hold this massive flank. They are exposed to the flank quite a bit here, but hopefully they will not lose too much heart. Antigonus is going in for a second charge after recuperating his men, reforming his contingent, and he is leading the charge, first line, slightly uphill, which is okay. That was a very good charge. So we're gonna go ahead and pull back. Maybe, yeah, these spears are coming in hot, dangerous already. Anyway. So let's push up. Hopefully try to alleviate these men here. Yes, kitty cat. Shift them a little bit. Our light hoplites are somehow formation breach, even though I don't see anything breaching their formation. So we go ahead and charge in. Help going for our men. Hoplites are pushing up. Finally, taking their sweet time. I'm sure the hoplites at Marathon were quite a bit quicker charging down that hill onto the Persians. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull these guys out. They're for some reason taking a lot of casualties, and they're outflanked somehow, which I don't see how. But yeah, that's just my insight on the situation. Start kind of just coming in here hot with our light infantry, trying to alleviate taking this main battle line here. We don't need him. We don't need his men taking too many casualties. We don't need a battered army there. Speaking of, we are going to withdraw these Agrianians. They're having a little bit of a hard time.
Our men flee the field of battle.
These pikemen are doing quite well, doing what they do best, killing the enemy. Try to surround this unit here. Their general is carelessly pushing in here, so we're going to punish him for that. We're going to go ahead and pivot these pikemen. Pikemen to kind of box them in a little bit. We don't want any people escaping today, so we're just gonna man here. We might need to come over here with Antigonus and pop off a rally. Get these men, get their hearts back into the fight. Archers are starting to shoot on these Illyrian rural guards. Because our light hoplites, our levy hoplites, really stand a chance. They haven't taken any casualties yet, but they just got really engaged. I'm just going to leave one single attack order. I'm not going to push it there. I'm going to come in also on the flank here and get them into charge. Killing a couple, quite a few actually. We are going to take a couple casualties from that, but
Our men flee the field of battle.
we'll go ahead and push our archers up. Our hoplites here are eager to get into the fight, so we're going to go ahead and let them. We're going to let them climb the hill. They are pretty fresh because they walked all the way up here. They're supposed to be running. I guess they don't get tired from that for some reason. Ahead and issue an attack order on these pikes. Our slingers are just now getting ready to run out of ammunition. We're going to get a side charge here. See what's going on in these woods, really. But it seems like we are kind of struggling on this wing here. These men, this faction will be punished. They will be punished for all the Macedonian lives that they claimed. So our levies did pretty well. They did what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to hold. That's what they did. Marmenos is just now arriving to the battle scene himself. So, I'm going to go ahead and start routing the rest of this army here. And I'm actually going to pause it so we can get some nice micro selecting targets here. Light cavalry system. Okay, that's pretty much it. This is another general too, so we're going to be taking out two of their generals. I'm not sure if one of them was the king or not, but I guess we'll shortly find out who was the king. They might not have their king involved in this battle. Their king might be a coward. So we're just going to go ahead and fast forward and run these guys down. hold these guys on fire. We don't want them shooting into our own men. Our general over here is gonna have himself a fun time killing all these men. I just don't want a lot of these units to be able to come back and bite us in the butt in the future. I want to decimate their population. This is 2 armies, and they only have 1 city, so it will take them some time to recover. It'll take them a long time. To get back to where they were. Unfortunately for Darmenos, he didn't really get to see any combat. His light troops, however, they performed quite well. Quite well indeed. Lots of these cowards are retreating, huh? Antigonus is not taking any prisoners. Those who are lucky enough to be captured by his troops, Antigonus is probably going to kill them because they have ruined his plans. They set him back, and he does not like being delayed for anyone or anything. So he's quite angry. He will take vengeance and show no mercy upon the enemy, which is what I would expect him to do. So we're just gonna kill at least their hoplites. You know, those come from their secondary social class. I think it's just the warrior social class actually. So they will be hurting for population, and their next army will most likely be levy style troops, honestly. So they're quite weakened. They're in a weak state right now after this battle, so we can try to force them into a client state peace. If not, I will go over there and I will raise their settlement to the ground. I'm not playing around. So let's just go ahead and end the battle here. Road victory. Only lost. Basically, keep in mind, is basically the whole battle is one army fighting 10,000 men. Just until the very end. So Antigonus did very, very well holding the line, keeping his men inspired. We didn't take a lot of casualties, honestly. It took a lot less than we expected. The other hand, the IRC can't say the same. They got completely decimated. They only have about 3,000 troops remaining, and they're just battered. They won't be much of a threat now. Once we get into the campaign map, we can kind of see what's going on. So, we'll take Antigonus and his replenishment is quite high, so this should only take about 4 turns of a delay, and we'll kill them. They actually did escape with a couple thousand men here. Actually, I'm just going to enslave them. They don't deserve to be killed. They need to be killed, or enslaved, I should say. Let's see here.
Gods of the afterlife.
Oh, they want
spare
a
my
moderate
heart.
peace, huh?
Well, why do you trouble my digestion today?
Yeah, that ain't gonna work, partner. So we're just gonna send Antigonus up here. Will he reach? He will not reach. So Antigonus is just going to focus his attention back on the matter at hand. We'll see if Rome... Actually, I don't want Rome coming down there, do we? That's a good question there.
We hunger for battle.
Let's see what's going on here. What is it? are going to actually... Let's see. Get that. That does cost food though, but it is a lot of public order, and that applies for the whole province. I think we're gonna go for the wine market, honestly, because we do get bonuses to our trade. Oh, we can't afford that yet, can we? Set prices. We'll just have to wait 3 turns for that. It's not really bad. I don't mind waiting that long for that. RDI, as I mentioned previously, are assaulting Popodeva, so we will probably have to... I think these 2 armies here should be able to handle that, and Antigonus will push up into in Illyria and claim that. I think we do want to have Illyria and probably take over Macedon, have a nice little fortified capital, not capital, walled city along the river and this little mountain here. So I think that is what Antigonus is going to do while his other 2 armies push into Thrace. We do have an upgrade here. We are going for that replenishment, as I was mentioning earlier. We're gonna get that. Also, let me know what names you guys want for these. No one's really suggested anything yet. So. I think that was let's go ahead and change the banners to on our. I do want that one. Okay, well, with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and probably get a couple more units in this army, make it a little bit more versatile. Probably get two more skirmishers here from our bottom social class. Doesn't really matter. I don't. Let's see. I'm just trying to think of what to do in this situation here. Just looking at the stats real quick. Give me just 1 sec. So I'm going to recruit an Agrioniaxman into this army, just kind of bulk it up a little bit, get a little bit more, just fill it up, get another skirmisher in there. This army is pretty light on skirmishers already, so we're going to get 2 more archers here. They're quite good for shooting over walls, so that's what we're going to use them for sure. Don't really want to pick up another hoplite. We are using a lot of our Politite social class here, so I might go ahead and these all come from our Politites. That's not good, because we will need a caveat, so let's see if we can find a relatively cheap. I guess we'll have to go for the Sarissa. We'll just have 1. Don't really want to cripple our economy just yet. Just yet. So with that being said, I think we're going to push our secondary armies into Thrace and start kind of, asserting our dominance over there. While Antigonus himself will move up north. See what happens.
Well met, friend. Sit and let your words move.
Okay, we're going to cancel trade with them. I have no interest in being friends with them now.
Do not attempt to sweeten truth with hot.
That's okay. Okay. That's fine. Though. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and end the turn, and I'll come back when something interesting is happening. So we are now just besieging Popodeva just 2 turns later. The RDA have fortunately stopped. Here's the remnants of their garrison, kind of battered. The power bar is just really in our favor because these Illyrians here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and auto resolve it. I'll fight bigger sieges like Dominion and that. So these guys took a lot of casualties. Excuse me. They took a lot of casualties. Good. So now we have Popodeva like we wanted. We're just gonna go ahead and these buildings. We don't really have any need for that. So this is where our governor will sit from now.
Obedience to the rule of your faction is measured in public order.
Our men up
If
here are plagued,
unhappiness outweighs happiness and is
about
left
one or
unchecked
two more
for a
turns,
long
Antigonus
time,
will be
it
ready
can lead to
to
rebellion.
attack
Keep
Epidemos.
taxes at
And
reasonable
hopefully by
levels.
then
Maintain sufficient food levels and garrison armies
we
in
won't
necessary
be
necessary
seen as a
to stop low
treacherous
public
person
order
for
bubbling
attacking
over into
after
insurrection.
breaking agreements. So that being said, let's end the turn. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now's the time for us to attack
At your command.
the RDI. Our navy is in place. Our men, for the most part, are kind of healed up. So I'm just going to go ahead and declare war. We're dependable. We took a little hit to our credibility, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to see what their navy consists of. Just archers. Nothing really. Our capital,
It is an honor
our
to serve.
ship should be able to handle that. So we're going to go ahead and blockade that for now while we talk about other matters here. Looks like these guys are coming to attack our capital, but they seem quite battered. The Illyrians might be coming in hot soup, helping them out soon. Or they might come for Popodeva, which isn't really too much of a threat because we have a large amount of men stationed in it, some of which are quite good in combat. Our ladies will have an advantage also fighting the slowly trickling in from the ladder's troops. But so the episode has already dragged on quite a bit already, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, because I'm enjoying playing it. If you have any suggestions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I do read the comments, so I will quickly get back to you if you do decide to leave a comment for me, which I would enjoy quite a bit. So, anyways, with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by.